Hey people, it is Monday, March the 24th. The time is 4:06 in the afternoon. It's currently about 3 degrees Celsius. Feeling a bit colder with the wind chill, and it is a gray, drizzly day here in Toronto. I'm on the corner of George Street and King Street East in Oldtown. And I'm going to be heading west along King through the financial district, but my destination is actually University Avenue in front of the United States Consulate, which is located there near the southern end of University Avenue, and I'll be heading there to check out a rally taking place today. And that rally is a response to all the ongoing threats and hostility coming from the United States towards Canada by the US president in recent months. I'm sure everyone is well aware of all of this that's going on, unless you've been literally living under a rock for the last few months. And just a few days ago, there was a big rally at Nathan Phillips Square, which I live streamed, where a big crowd showed up for the same reason. There were many speakers and live entertainment, and that went quite well. So this is sort of like a follow-up to that. I think this was organized by Charlie Angus, a former member of Parliament. I think he just retired from politics as of this year. He was a member of Parliament for the Timmins-James Bay riding in Northern Ontario. He was a member of the NDP party. And I'm quite familiar with him, having grown up in Northern Ontario. He wasn't in my riding. I grew up in the Nipissing riding, but he was just the next riding to the north. So he was a familiar figure, sometimes in my neck of the woods, as I was growing up through my formative years there. So I'm not sure what the turnout will be for this, because it is a gloomy, rainy, overcast sort of day today. So I thought I'd incorporate a walk to the rally just to get a proper video, because once I get there, there might not be enough happening to sustain a whole video. But I guess we'll find out once we get there. And this is taking place at US consulates across Canada at various cities. It's called the True North Strong, a day of nationwide solidarity. And I believe there are similar gatherings in Montreal and Quebec City, Ottawa, Vancouver, Winnipeg, and some other cities, probably Calgary as well. Basically all of the major cities in Canada that have a US consulate. We might run into some familiar faces there. I think some other local walktubers might also be covering the rally today. There's St. James Cathedral. And luckily the rain stopped just as I was about to begin recording the video. I was expecting to have to do this one with my umbrella in hand, but it hasn't exactly cleared up, but the dark rain clouds have mostly moved past. And this rally, I think, runs between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. So I'm not sure when the peak time to go will be. I figured I'd show up sometime between 4 and 5. With the financial district right here, a lot of people get off work between 4 and 5. So I expect some people will head over there straight from the office. There's a look up Toronto Street. The historic King Edward Hotel. You can read up on the history of the hotel here. Look at the hotel. The Beatles stayed in this hotel during all 3 of their North American tours in the mid-1960s, 64, 65, and 66. I think the room has a special plaque or something commemorating the fact that that's where they stayed. Coming into the financial district. Thinking about another half an hour, it'll be quite bustling here with people pouring out of the office towers.
Pocket 3? Pocket 3 or Pocket 2?
Pocket 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah, it's a good one. Better, much better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buy this one.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro.
See ya.
Please pull to the right. Please pull to the right.
Wow, I've never heard them do that before. I wonder if that's a new thing they just started doing, because I've probably recorded hundreds of fire trucks over the years and I've never ever heard one do that before. Alright, just crossing Yonge Street. This is one of my favorite intersections downtown, mainly due to all the historic skyscrapers. I just recently did another video walking through the financial district along Adelaide Street. And in that video I mentioned how King Street was a much more attractive street to walk along, and I questioned why am I even walking along Adelaide Street and not King Street? Well, I guess I made up for that because now here I am walking along King Street. There's Commerce Court North, another beauty from days gone by, almost 100 years ago, I think 95, 96 years ago. Looks like they finally finished the renos they were doing. This was all closed off with scaffolding for quite a while here at the main entrance. You can see all the detail that would go into these buildings back in the day. Things that I guess nowadays are just not worthwhile to developers. And when you look at that, the sun is emerging. I guess I'm going to be carrying this umbrella around for nothing now, but I'd rather have it be not raining than raining. And crossing King and Bay. Definitely feels a bit sleepy here, but as I mentioned, I don't think it's going to get really busy till around 4:30. That's usually when a lot of people start leaving the office. And I think on Mondays, a lot of people do stay at home, work from home on Mondays. It's a zoo around here at rush hour on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Just insane crowds of people. I can't help but look at all the office towers every time I walk through this area. These are the buildings that inspired me as a child to love skyscrapers. Here in Toronto and New York City and Chicago. Those are my three cities I obsessively looked at books about as a kid. I think I read every single book or looked at all the photo books of those three cities that I could get my hands on in my local libraries in North Bay, either at school or the North Bay Public Library. Okay, well, let's see where that fire truck was heading. We got police and fire trucks here. And I think once I get closer to the US Consulate, we'll probably see some barricades and street closures and things of that nature. And probably lots of cops also will be there. I don't expect anything to get rowdy though. This is promoted as being a peaceful, non-partisan event. Everyone is welcome. because everything that's been going on lately has brought Canadians of all political stripes together in a way we haven't seen as long as I can remember. You have liberals and conservatives agreeing more often than disagreeing. At least on this matter. It's not like all the division has gone away, not by any means. But there are a few things that tend to bring people together that supersede typical political differences. All right, we're at York Street. .504 King. Even the streetcar is not too packed right now. Right, approaching University Avenue. Just a short walk to the north. The traffic is building up. I wonder if there are any lane closures though, right by the US Consulate. And I noticed in some of the comments of my last stream of the rally at Nathan Phillips Square, I had some people making some baseless assumptions, saying things like, why are you covering this but you didn't cover the trucker convoy or things like that, more right-wing type events. And I said I did cover those. If there's anything big that's going on in Toronto, I'll try to cover it, right, in a non-partisan sort of way. People just spout off nonsense without actually checking to see if what they're saying is correct or not. Of course, I don't cover every protest by any means. That's not what this channel is about. There are protests almost every day in Toronto, so that would be a whole different sort of channel. This is a walking channel. That's why I'm doing a walk as I'm heading to this rally. But you can't deny this is the biggest thing that's on the minds of most Canadians right now. So of course I'm going to go and check it out. There's Adelaide Street.
alors c'est... Yeah, like as soon as she pulled up to the scene.
All right, I can see the U.S. Consulate building up ahead. It's just a two-story building, basically bookended by much taller buildings. Can barely see it from here, but I know where it is, so I know where to look. It has a U.S. and Canadian flag flying on top. Crossing Richmond. Well, it looks like the sun went away. That was pretty short-lived. We're getting some more of these more threatening-looking clouds again. I might just need this umbrella yet. There's the Canada Life building. The Four Seasons Center for the Performing Arts. Catch an opera there, or a ballet. And Queen Street, so looks like I'm going to have to cross here to the other side. Got construction for the new subway line here. Could walk along here. Yeah, let's do it, because I'm not sure once I get close to the consulate if I will be prevented from walking any further on that side of the street, so I'll get a better look from this side to see what the situation is. I can hear some cheers over there. I'm not sure how many people were at the rally at Nathan Phillips Square, but it looked like the crowd filled up a good portion of the square when I saw some aerial drone shots later on. The square holds thousands of people, but I'd say there was at least 1,000 people there, if not more. It was a very cold day also, so the turnout was really good. It was a freezing wind chill, and it was also a pretty last minute sort of thing. There wasn't a lot of time to advertise and get the word out, and the same goes for this rally for the most part. So now instead of a cold day, we have a dreary rainy day. So there's the U.S. Consulate building. That small building you see with the flags on top. I guess it's 3 stories, not 2, but even so. It's dwarfed by its neighbors. That building has been there as long as I can remember. Way before lots of its neighbors were there. Those are all brand new towers all around it. Maybe we're not even able to get any closer than right here. Looks like you can't actually gather right in front of the building.
We believe in equity, and we believe in inclusion. So all the Americans over there with the DUI, They can hate us, they can tell us they don't want to see us on our streets, but these streets belong to us. This country belongs to us, and we will never, ever, ever kiss that gangster's ring. It's elbows up time.
See any guys up top? They usually do that for protests. What? Police?
People are chanting elbows up. That was the name of the last rally. That's Charlie Angus talking right there.
Is the incredible optimism and determination which organization Canadian that I meet. I don't have to ask where you're going to be between Vinny and BC. I know where you'll be. You'll be standing on the ridge of freedom with the rest of us. You are the leaders of this movement. It's not the politicians. It's ordinary Canadians. The boycott that you launched in your own action is being heard around the world. And the rest of the world is following what we are doing in Canada. That's why they hate us. If they can make that way, they can break the rest of the world. And I just want to say, in conclusion, I'm getting messages from Australia, messages from Scotland, messages from Denmark and France, and all over the United States, who say that they want to stand like Canada, to be strong. This is what we're doing. We are a role model for the world. That's why we're not going to break. That's why they hate us. That's why we are going to continue. And that's why we will never, ever, ever be the 51st state. And why we will stand in the streets of our own cities. This is our city. This is our country. This is our democracy. And we will defend it. Elbows up. We're doing a town hall tonight at 7 at Metropolitan United Church. Great to see you.
Looks like I got here just in time to catch the end of the speech. I think Mike Myers popularized the elbows up chant, or gesture, slogan, whatever you want to call it. Famous Canadian actor, comedian from Toronto. And I think I heard Charlie Angus say something about how we're not allowed to stand on the street in our own city. I think he was referring to the fact that we can't get right up next to the Consulate for this rally, although I see people walking past on the sidewalk right now. I'm not sure what's preventing everyone from just going right over there. Maybe they tried and the cops said no. I don't know. I see some cops standing in front of it. All right, do I see any other familiar faces? I don't think so. Let me unzoom here. This is a courthouse. Just telling everyone it's supposed to be a peaceful demonstration. I think it runs until 8 p.m. as I mentioned, so I imagine people will continue to gather here until then. I'm not sure if the crowd will grow over time or if people will move over across the street. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But in any case, I wanted to come and check this out and get a walk-in at the same time. So I'm going to start to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed the walk to the True North Strong rally here at the U.S. Consulate. I started in Oldtown and made my way along King Street, heading west through the financial district, and then north up University Avenue to here. We caught a bit of the speech by Charlie Angus. So let me know your thoughts down below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and also make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my videos. And if you'd like to support the channel, there are links in the description where you can do so via PayPal, as well as via my merch store. And you can also support the channel by becoming a channel member, or by sending a super thanks if you prefer. And you can find me on Instagram also under KContinuum. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the channel members. And be sure to keep checking back, because as always, I will continue. Actually, I do see a familiar face. Let's see how long it takes for him to notice me.
Nice. Who it is?
10 seconds, not bad. So here's the protest that will actually be facing the consulate, I guess, for the next hour or two. I'm not sure how long this will go on for. There's another event scheduled for 7 p.m. at Metropolitan United Church where Charlie will do another speech, I think. So this crowd will probably move over there after that. And there's Mr. Strides doing his live stream.